How you doing, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nice to meet you both.
Man, you've got a background.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I'm a fan. I'm not just a critic and a viewer. I'm a fan of all this stuff. You guys really knocked it out of the park with Moon Knight. It's a beautiful show. Tell me about coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. How did that all come together for you guys?
We've been trying for over a decade to get into the Marvel universe, and it just so happened that this thing came along that was really a perfect marriage for us. Something a little left of center about an outsider, about a character who's defined by being bold, and a character who's doing the most extraordinary action thing in one moment, making you laugh the next and breaking your heart the next. We felt like everything in our careers doing independent film had led up to this project.
Actually, all five of our previous independent films share a universe with each other, you know?
Oh, wild.
And so weirdly, we've got like this micro budget MCU going on. So it's actually like pretty easy to kind of step on in. Although what's funny is those films interlock with each other, but Moon Knight's completely its own thing.
That's right, yeah. Well, I'm wondering how you divvy up the responsibilities and kind of shepherd the shows so that they each have their own distinctive feel, and the episodes each have their own distinctive feel and vibe. Is that all through pre-production, or is a lot of stuff learned on the day when you're actually out in the field?
We got to do something really special on this show, and it was that early on, once or twice a week, myself and Aaron, Mohammed, Ethan, May, Oscar, Grant Curtis, the EP on the show, but we would all get together and talk about what personal things from our own lives we want to resonate through this story, and just anything was on the table. Just talk about anything you want. And through those conversations that were more than just personal things, there were also like things that would work better dramatically, and finding little jokes here and there. That what happened in that room was that we all really meshed into essentially one voice. And it's been really lovely to hear that people feel that when they watch the show as a whole.
Did you guys shoot the entire season, episode to episode chronologically, or did you shoot bits and pieces? Because I imagine kind of the scattered focus of Spectre and Stephen Grant creates a whole bunch of new challenges, because we're bouncing back and forth from in his reality in so many different ways. How did you guys plan and schedule all of the shoots for the individual episodes?
Well, we wish we could say that the schedule was defined by the order of the episodes, but honestly, the wildest things affect the schedule. Things like, do you have enough space to build that set? Things like that. Right. And so the schedule, we bounced episodes all over the place, and often leapfrogged with the other director, Mohammed, and covered for each other and all of that. And but really, the challenge that presents very obvious challenges. But first, it was our job to do so. But also, Oscar had a laser focus where even on day 70, nobody's blinking. You know exactly where the character's at. And I think that speaks really to what Justin was just talking about, these kind of war room-esque get-togethers where we figure out exactly where everyone's supposed to be emotionally, and so that when you arrive to set, you can remember that. And it didn't really matter that the previous day you'd shot something that takes place 4 hours of content earlier.
Well, I have been having an incredible time watching this show. I can't wait to wrap it up. I'm at episode 4, so it's like a massive cliffhanger. I don't know.
That's a sad place to leave. Yeah.
Yes. And now I've got to wait weeks until I see the last 2. But thank you guys, and congratulations on the show. It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. And I'll give you my address if you can ship me everything in the background of your Zoom.
Done.
Thank you.
Deal. All right. Take it easy, you guys.
Take care.
I'm with Grant Curtis, executive producer on Moon Knight. Congratulations, sir. How do you feel now that the show is out there and the world is watching?
Oh, I'm stoked. I think we're bringing a project and a narrative to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and to Disney Plus that is a little bit offbeat and not the usual. And I think it's going to be embraced. I think people are going to love the globetrotting adventure we send them on.
Oh, it's really fun, man. I've been loving it. I can't believe you've left me on a cliffhanger. There's 2 episodes I haven't seen yet, and I can't wait to see the conclusion. But talk to me about Moon Knight. What brought you and the MCU creative team to this character? Why is he, a good fit in the MCU, even though he kind of stands apart from it as well?
Yeah, I think when you look at Moon Knight, he first appeared on the pages of Werewolf by Night, 1975, got his own comic book in 1980. And you look at a narrative that's been able to sustain itself for that long. When you start to look at the stories in the Marvel universe that have not been told in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think he was a natural. I think he was a natural addition to that universe, and I think he makes an incredible addition to it that always keeps you guessing. And I think in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Moon Knight is poised to go anywhere.
That's awesome. Oscar Isaac obviously is instrumental in the success of this property. Talk about casting him and what he brings to the table as our hero.
When we were looking at Mark Spector and Stephen Grant and Moon Knight, we knew we needed an actor that could do everything and was comfortable doing everything. And I think when you look at Oscar's body of work, you just see this chameleon that can go in and out of anything with a comfort level that is truly mesmerizing. And I think that's why you really get hooked on his movies. And I think that's why he was the amazing choice for Moon Knight, because he always keeps you guessing as an actor, and therefore on screen as Mark Spector, Stephen Grant as Moon Knight, he always keeps you guessing as well. I've seen it and he keeps me guessing.
Did he take any convincing to come on board? He'd already had a huge run on a huge Star Wars, franchise. Was he ready to move back into another huge franchise and do a big character like this?
You would have to ask Oscar if it took him any convincing, but I will tell you this. I do think when actors come into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and they look at how stories are told here, and they all start in a character study. And that's really what every Marvel movie is. It's a character study. The spectacle is amazing. The adventure is amazing. Going to space is amazing. But really, we get to know those characters and what makes them tick. And I think that's why quality actors keep coming back and why they keep enjoy working in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These are character studies, and it really gives them an opportunity to shine.
There is a huge commitment to looking at mental illness and dissociative disorder in this episode. Talk to me about doing that with a light touch and with empathy.
Yeah. Well, that charge was led by multiple people, but Jeremy Slater, our head writer, really embraced that aspect from day one. And yes, Mark Spector does have a fictionalized version of dissociative identity disorder. We worked with consultants to be reverential. We do have a supernatural fictional story. So it's a little bit of a blend of all those aspects, but always telling it with respect that it deserves was always our North Star from day one. And again, that was really a testament to Jeremy Slater leading that charge.
You've had an amazing career working on huge cinematic properties like the Spider-Man franchise. Is there a separation when you move to a Disney Plus show like Moon Knight, or does it feel all part of the same universe?
You kind of get excited because the sandbox just gets a lot bigger. When you look at Moon Knight, and as we talked earlier, man, since 1975, stories have been turning out about this character that people keep reading, myself included. I keep turning the page, not knowing what's going to happen. And when you look at the wealth and breadth of that many years of storytelling, you realize, yes, there probably was a Moon Knight cinematic version out there for 2 or 2.5 hours, but the fact that you get a bigger canvas and you get Disney Plus, man, what a luxury to have that much storytelling available to you to launch this amazing character.
Well, I've been having a blast. Thank you so much, Grant, and continued success with Marvel and wherever your path leads.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you.